So this year I came up with our bucket, Nobody's Perfect. And I tell my stories, like the time I burned a pot of iced tea and how it took me 3 times to pass my driver's test. And then they also share their stories. And I've got some children that have said, they wrote me some notes and said, yes, going through this exercise several times a week or whenever somebody has a story has taught them that it's okay not to be perfect, that everybody makes mistakes. In fact, we found out that chocolate chip cookies were a mistake. The lady working at Toll House Inn was trying to make chocolate cookies. She didn't have the chocolate, so she had a bittersweet chocolate that she just cut up into chunks, thinking it would melt through and through, and it didn't. And it was a wonderful mistake. So this year, my class in this room, we are busy making chocolate chip cookies.
Do a class meeting every Thursday, and we call it our passport time. So each of the students have these little passport booklets, and they bring their passport booklet, and I tell them a story about a travel that I've been on, and then I incorporate a life lesson to go along with the story. So for example, today we talked about helping others, and I told them a story about a trip that I took to England and how I got helped when I missed my train stop. So we talk about that. Sometimes if there's different things going on in the classroom that need to be addressed, it's a good way to tie it in and incorporate it. And today we talked about, thinking about how other people feel. So when we played a review game, I had one particular student today who kind of got upset about it. So we talked about, even if you're upset, you got to think about the way other people around you feel as well and be sensitive to that. So that's another activity that we do, and it gives us a good opportunity to talk to each other and share our own stories.
The 16 Habits of Mind from Dr. Costa and Dr. Kalik is a way that 5th grade has put in that social emotional learning for our kids. I start every year, no matter what subject I've taught over the years, with these 16 habits. They are skills that help people be successful and happy in life. And the kids all get a handout and get to learn about these 16 habits. As we go through, they enjoy learning about some of the ones that I say kids are better at than grown-ups, like finding humor. And then some of them are more difficult for kids, like managing impulsivity. After we've gone through all 16 over the first week of school, the kids then get the chance to evaluate themselves, and nothing is right or wrong, with their top 3 choices for what they're best at and the 3 areas where they feel they need the most improvement. And this is a great chance for us to be able to talk about goals as we move forward. It's also a great tool for using during our parent conferences throughout the year. One of my favorite of these 16 habits, especially as a math teacher, is metacognition, thinking about their own thinking, analyzing what they know and don't know, because by 5th grade they're ready to evaluate that for themselves. And so we complete these math continuum where the kids at different points in the year, fall was pink, winter was green, and they have a chance to evaluate the math skills that they have mastered and have a chance to see where they're going without feeling like it's a grade on them.
One way that we implement social emotional learning with our middle school students is through a quarterly check-in with our 6th grade students.
So our 6th graders who are transitioning from elementary oftentimes experience a lot of extra stress and anxiety during that transition period. So our quarterly check-ins allow our students to tell us if they're having specific needs that need to be addressed, whether they're social emotional needs, maybe their executive functioning skills needs, and then we check in with them and do a lot of interventions to hopefully help address those needs through several areas.